Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this update we are going to check out Avalanche's price chart, and I'm not really sure if I have the best news for you because unfortunately in AVAX what we pretty much didn't want actually played out, and I would like to start today's update by talking about first what is happening on some higher time frames, specifically weekly chart, in terms of classic TA and also indicators. So first things first, in terms of classic TA, it seems like that we are starting to get a break of this very important support area, and this is from weekly and daily time frame at the same time. And notice I said we are starting to get a break of this thing. I didn't really say it is confirmed that we have broken this important support. Why is that? Because if you want to say this region is broken, you need to see an initial move under here. In other words, a candle close followed by that a pullback and then a continuation of the move down in weekly chart. And so far, absolutely, we do have our initial breaking phase, but we don't really have the pullback and the continuation phase. So again, makes sense to argue we are on the process of getting a break of this level. So this is essentially my last hope. I want to see soon in Avalanche. I'm actually going to argue preferably from a bit lower, a bit of a bounce, and it actually has to be a rather quick bounce in order to reclaim the higher band of this level once more, about let's say $19, in order for me to be able to say, yeah, you know what, thank God this was a bit of a fake out. If we confirm that this level is broken, well, reclaiming it, I think we can all assume that it is actually going to take some time. Or let me just say this, having such an insane and a strong bounce back in maybe like a week or two at that point shouldn't really be our primary scenario. Now, what is happening in terms of indicators? Okay, in weekly time frame, unfortunately, we still have this sell signal in MACD, not ideal. And in stock RSI, yes, we do have a bit of a sell signal, but essentially this is, yep, as oversold as it gets, and I do think we are going to see a bit of a bounce in Avalanche. I'm just hoping that is going to be like a good bounce in order to reclaim this important level once more. And for instance, the last time that we were this oversold in stock RSI, as you can see, we were right in here, and at this candlestick, excuse me, what just happened? There we go. At this candlestick, we got a buy signal, and that caused about, let's say, like a 70% move on the upside. You know, not that bad. How about the previous time that we were like really oversold, and I think we got this buy signal, and we got like a 20% move on the upside. Not really ideal. The previous time we were actually right in here and we got this buy signal, and as a result of it, we got like a 600% move on the upside. Great. The time before it, it was at this candlestick, and as you can see, we got something about like a 50% move on the upside. Basically, most times that we are this oversold in a stock RSI, we do end up having a bit of a bounce, but again, that bounce itself is not really that significant. What really matters is this important level and whether we are going to successfully reclaim it or not. Now, here is what I have to say, and I really do not want to say it. Trust me, it actually hurts to say this, but in an ideal scenario, I actually want to see a move down first. Why is that? Let's go on maybe H1 time frame. You see, the last time that we talked about Avalanche, we were, I think, right in here, and the idea was that what you do not want to see is a very strong move down in form of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order to take this important low right in here. And we said if we see a strong move on the downside at that point, yep, this is not going to be an impulse, meaning our move down is going to continue, which means, yep, maybe we are going to get a break of this level, which is really not going to be ideal. And unfortunately, we did that. So I think it is now very much safe to assume that this impulse is not really in play anymore. Instead, we have to argue this was just a WXY. Yes, I'm gonna say probably in form of a double zigzag structure. Now, here's the situation. I am sort of kind of able to find a possibility indicating the bottom is in. However, in terms of classic TA, I don't really see enough reasons to justify maybe this point right in here being our final low in Avalanche. Why is that? Two reasons. First things first, in terms of Helios waves, you see, maybe you are able to find a 5 wave in here and you might actually get it to work, but I don't really think this is like an ideal 5 wave. So I'm gonna argue, yeah, but maybe this is just a correction structure, probably a WXY, and maybe even in the short term we are going to get a bit of a move on the upside, but then count on a move down. And the moment that we take this low about $12.8, yeah, it is going to be confirmed that our move down is going to continue. And the reason number two, in terms of classic technical analysis, meaning support and resistances, in here I don't really see a whole lot of strong supports until this region right in here. Excuse me, let's just stretch it between, let's say, 10.2 to about $11.2. Essentially, I don't really mind if I see like maybe let's say a 15 to 20% move on the downside in Avalanche. And trust me, if we end up going down and take this low for the first target about $12.6, at this point I'm actually going to buy the dip in Avalanche big time, because I do think there's like a very high chance after we hit this level we are going to have a bit of a good bounce. Why? Because off of the lowest slope down here about $8, I do think in AVAX we are having a 1 2 3 4 5 wave up, followed by, most likely I'm gonna say this whole move is a correction structure in form of a WXY, a flat and a zigzag. And this is, in my opinion, again, you can have absolutely a different opinion, I absolutely respect your way of analysis, but in my view this is actually the last leg of our correction. And then after our move down is over, I do expect a rather good bounce in order to at least visit the highs in here once more about, let's say, $60 region bare minimum. Now, here's the question. Why do I think right in here is going to be a decent buy opportunity? I think you know it if you are a regular viewer of the channel. It actually comes down to the risk to reward ratios, because if I want to buy Avalanche right in here, and let's say as opposed to buy some tokens, I just want to open some long positions, what's going to be my stop loss? You know it, it's probably going to be under the lowest low in here about, let's say, $8.7. On the other hand, what's going to be my target? I told you earlier, it's about $60. So I'm going to have right in here a stop loss of about $2, but on the other hand, a target of about, let's say, $48. And that means my risk to reward ratio is about 1 to 24, which is like absolutely insane. If I open trades like this long enough, I think overall on the margin, I am going to end up making quite a good bit of money. So essentially, it's not necessarily about this specific trade itself. No, I think this is a good trade, like, do not get me wrong. But what I really care about is the bullish setup that we are having in this chart and in a lot of other charts as well. And I do care about opening trades like this, again, more than a couple of times in order for the math to work. So overall, do not get me wrong, I do think in Avalanche we are quite close to reach to our low, but we may not necessarily be there yet, and maybe expect like a 20% move on the downside. So if it happens, you're not really going to be surprised at all. If it doesn't happen, and instead from here we are going to get like an insane bounce, well, okay, at that point you're just going to be pleasantly surprised. No harm, no foul. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in AVAX. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.